everyone. I am Miss Mary Quinto Orozca from BE Ed 1. So for today's lesson, we are going to talk about financial literacy. So, who among you know what is financial literacy? Let's find out. What is financial literacy? Financial literacy includes paying off debt, creating a budget, and understand the difference between various financial instruments. In sum, financial literacy has a material impact on families as they try to balance their budget, buy a home, and fund their children's education or ensure an income for retirement. Why is important to start financial literacy while still young? It helps us understand the value of money. When we understand the value of money, we are able to handle our finances in a better way. We will be able to know the importance of budgeting, saving, and avoid unnecessary expenditures. Financial literacy keeps us from being debt slaves. Calculating net worth. Your net worth is the amount by which your assets exceed your liabilities. In simple terms, net worth is the difference between what you own and what you owe. If your assets exceed your liabilities, you have a positive net worth. Conversely, if your liabilities are greater than your assets, you have a negative net worth. Why knowing your net worth is important? Your net worth provides a snapshot of your financial situation at this point in time. If you calculate your net worth today, you will see the end result of everything you've earned and everything you've spent up until right now. Determining cash flow. Cash flow is a measure of how much cash a business brought in or spent in total over a period of time. Cash flow is typically broken down into cash flow from operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities on the statement of cash flows, a common financial statement. What is the importance in determining cash flow? The purpose of cash flow awareness is not simply to make ends meet, but rather to properly organize the flow of money, which allows you to create wealth and avoid debt. Considering the priorities. Priority comes from the word prior, which means to come before something else. A priority is the concern, interest, or desire that comes before all others, to decide which things are most important to do. We don't have enough time to do everything. We have to set priorities. Why is considering priorities important? Priorities help you identify what's truly needed in your life versus what someone else feels is important. A lot of times in life, we do what we feel or is urgent. We will go so far as to put off what we really need to do in order to take care of the urgent things. Financial improvement strategies. What is financial improvement strategies? Financial improvement strategies. It is an approach for the planned development of the finance function based on a clearly defined vision, strategy, and roadmap. It helps to build on insights from business context, stakeholder expectations, and own performance capabilities to focus on opportunities that create value. Identify your starting point. Start by setting financial goals. A good financial plan is guided by your financial goals. If you approach your financial planning from the standpoint of what your money can do for you, whether that buying a house or helping your siblings, you'll make saving feel more intentional. Set your priorities. The goal setting process involves deciding what goals you intend to reach, estimating the amount of money needed and other resources required, and planning how long you expect to take to reach each of your goals. Why is it important to set priorities finance? It's important to have an idea of your financial priorities when you are trying to make a financial plan or reach a certain financial goal. After all, it's impossible to decide what you should do with your money without priorities, not to mention figure out what actions you need to take to reach your financial goals. Document your spending. Documenting your expenses involves identifying your expenditures throughout the month. It's an essential activity that you should ideally do every day to itemize your expenses when you just begin. But understanding why it is important to track expenses and how to do so with minimal effort can help you successfully commit to the activity and become more aware of your spending. Lay down your debt. Lay down is the process of reducing the amount owed on a mortgage or other loan over time by making partial payments toward the debt. It is prioritizing paying down significant debt which making small contribution to your savings. Once you've paid off your debt, you can then more aggressively build your by contributing the full amount were previously paying each month toward debt. Secure your financial future. Broadly speaking, financial stability means being free of debt and being able to comfortably pay off monthly expenses with plenty left over for savings. Financial security, on the other hand, means having enough money to cover your expenses, emergencies, and retirement without the fear of running out. Why it is important to be financially secure. Being financially stable can help reduce the devastating effects of chronic stress on our bodies and minds, and the cycle of stress that can occur when living paycheck to paycheck. Financial good planning and setting. Time horizon. Time horizon is your investing timeline or how long you plan to hold an asset before selling it. Time horizon can also be your time frame for achieving a financial goal such as retirement. The next one is risk tolerance. Risk tolerance refers to the amount of loss an investor is prepared to handle while making an investment decision. Why is risk tolerance important? Your risk tolerance plays a crucial role in your game plan for growing your money without stressing about it daily. With an understanding of your risk tolerance, you can create a strategy for your investments that will help you balance the worries of volatility with the potential for bigger returns when looking at the large picture. Liquidity needs. Liquidity is the degree to which a security can be quickly purchased or sold in the market at a price reflecting its current value. Liquidity in finance refers to the ease with which a security or an asset can be converted into a cash at market price. Why is liquidity important to financial planning? Liquidity is the ability to convert an asset into cash easily and without losing money against the market price. The easier it is for an asset to turn into cash, the more liquid it is. Liquidity is important to learning how easily a company can pay off its short liabilities and debt. Investment goals. Investment goals, also known as investment planning, is the process of identifying financial goals and converting them through building a plan. Investment planning is the main component of financial planning. The investment planning begins with identification of goals and objectives. Importance of investment goals. Investing goals are important for several reasons. Financial goals provide direction and meaning for your investing efforts. They make it easier for you to make sacrifices or stick to a budget because you know what outcome you're striving for. They help you keep focus on a long term. Budget and budgeting. Are you economic troubles causing you to consider your personal financial situation? You may be worried about losing your job or how much debt you have. Avoid a potential personal financial crisis. Get back to basic with a budget you can stick to. Here's how to start. Here are the 7 steps in good budgeting. Step 1. Set realistic goals. Goals for your money will help you make smart spending choices. Ask yourself, what do I want my finances to look like in 1 year? Decide what's important to you and start there. Step 2. Identify income and expenses. Once you have established some goals for your money, it's time to look at where it comes from and where it goes right now. When we manage our money, it's easy to get into habits. Some money management habits are positive and allows us to reap rewards later on. Others are negative and can lead us into trouble. Start by making a list of all your household income sources and amounts. Include everything wages after taxes, commissions, self-employment income, child tax benefits, pension, child maintenance, and spousal support and other regular income. Step 3. Separate needs from wants. As people track their spending, they discover that some of their money gets used for things that really don't need. Instead, they merely want them and often buy them impulsively. Impulse spending is unplanned spending, purchasing things that you may or may not need, or spending more on an item that you'd planned. Step 4. Design your budget. Many people don't like the word budget because they think it means limitation, deprivation, and no money to spend on the fun stuff. Relax. Your budget is your spending plan. It will allow you to live within your means, avoid the stress of money troubles, and give you all the freedom to make choices with what you have. Most importantly, a budget will allow you to map your way to reaching your goals. Step 5. Put your plan into action. You've set goals, identified your income and expenses, determined how much to save for your seasonal expenses, and made choices around needs and wants. Take another look at your budget worksheet and fill in any revised monthly amounts that may still be missing. Now it's time to put your plan into action. Step 6. Manage seasonal expenses. Now that you have created a workable budget and have planned your paychecks, the last step is to plan your savings money so that you are able to track and manage your seasonal expenses. This seasonal expenses worksheet will help you get started. Last is step 7. Looking ahead. Any good plan must involve monitoring, periodic review, and occasional re-evaluation. A spending plan is no different. Circumstances may change, mistakes can be made, and your needs will vary at different times in your life. That's the end of our lesson for today. Thank you, class, for cooperating. Goodbye and see you tomorrow.